Hey guys, so I'm in the car. I'm stitching. I'm waiting in line at the Valvoline place. They have, I'm having them to check my transmission fluid because it's skipping a little. And I thought I had an oil leak, and now I'm thinking it's transmission fluid, transmission leak. And I was telling you guys about that, but because the oils look so similar, it's really hard to detect. Because you can't check it because they don't make these cars with top dipsticks. There's a plug underneath that you have to check. So I'm waiting in line, and I'm working on a baby blanket. Oh, baby blanket, I'm sorry, I'm working on a baby dress. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. But anyway, so I got a late start this morning because I was having issues with my shins. They were hurting really, really bad. So I took my RLS medicine last night, and it kicked my butt. Not too bad. I was only about 45 minutes behind, so it wasn't too bad. Ooh, it looks like somebody punched me in the eye, didn't it? Right here. Anyway, so now I'm waiting to get it checked. Because they can check it, thank goodness. And I'm wondering if I might have just knocked my plug out. If I just knocked my plug out, maybe they'll have another plug and they just plug me back up and fill me up and everything will be fine. And I'll be happy. And I'll keep the stinking car. But if not, I don't want to invest that kind of money in something that I don't want to keep. Because I don't like my car. I settled for my car because it was the only thing that they had available at the time that they would allow me to. My loan company would, it was the only one on the lot that was in my price range that they would let me have at the time. Because I had filed bankruptcy. I filed a Chapter 7 about 3 years ago. And just started fresh. And 2 months after my bankruptcy, I was allowed to get a car. So it's pretty cool. So there's that little skin thing again. I know I'm obsessed with it, right? It's the angle of the... It is 5:15. Turn my car off. I had my car running briefly, but we're sitting in line. And this is one of those places where they put you on the lift, or they go under your car while you sit in it. I don't know what it's going to cost me. It's going to be ridiculous, I'm sure. If it's more than $100, I'm going to cry. It shouldn't be. I wouldn't think it would be. But they got us waiting in line. They're open until 7. I'm at the... It used to be called the... I think it was called the Grease Monkey years ago. Now it's Valvoline oil transmission check or something like that. They just do fluids and checking and all that stuff. They don't do any kind of like major mechanic work, which I'm hoping I don't need. I don't think I need. I know I need new tires, but anyway, so I didn't do my overnight oats for you guys. I do plan on doing that. I may do it tonight. If I don't do it tonight, I'll do it tomorrow night. It depends on how late I end up getting home. But I am going to tell you, in it I will use, I need to make some date paste. And how you make date paste, you use it as a sweetener, as a natural sweetener, instead of, in place of sugar or brown sugar in your oatmeal. Steel cut oats are the best to eat. Then old-fashioned oats would be the second. Old-fashioned oats are better. Someone's playing really loud music. Old-fashioned oats are better when you do overnight oats. Instant oats, it will turn into mush. You want something that's going to give you some kind of bite. You don't have to cook them. Overnight oats, you don't cook. So steel cut oats, you would have to pre-cook. So what you do is you take about 3/4 cup of oatmeal, your oats, and you put in just enough liquid to cover it. You put in your ingredients of whatever you want. During Halloween and fall season, I like to put a little bit of pumpkin puree and some cinnamon and nutmeg and a little bit of maple syrup. And what you do is you mix it all up, and you put it in the fridge, and first thing in the morning, because the oats will soak it all up, it's ready for you. You can also do it with oats and maple syrup or date paste. Now, when I say date paste is where you take dates, and medjool dates are the best. They're soft. You don't have to soak them. You just make sure they're pitted, and you cut them in half. Some of them cut them in quarters, and you can put them in a mixer. Usually, I do mine for about a minute in my mixer. 1 part dates to 1 part water. So if I'm going to put in like 2 medjool dates is about 1/4 cup. I would put in 1/4 cup of water, and then you put it through the blender. You can add more water if you want, and that would make it more liquidy. But that's a perfect sweetener. You can also take a ripe banana, and mash it with a fork and add it in there. That gives it good sweetness. So if you wanted like a banana nut bread type oatmeal, you would put in the rolled oats, enough liquid to cover it. You can either put water or almond milk or some kind of neutral type of liquid. Water or oats is good. I mean, yeah, either. And actually, if you just put water, that would be fine too. And then you can put your mashed bananas and a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of maple syrup and some crushed up walnuts, and that tastes like banana nut bread. You can do oats with cinnamon and raisins, and I put pumpkin spice in mine. I like it. Pumpkin spice makes it taste good, but I use the pumpkin spice when I'm using the pumpkin puree as well, and I'll put raisins in it. So I mean, you could just mix it up all different ways. You don't have to cook it, and it's just as good, and it's just as filling if you what you do is you put it in a bowl and you sit it in the refrigerator overnight. So you can also do with berries. You could do it with some frozen berries. All types of berries are good for you, whether you're diabetic or you're not diabetic. All berries are good for you because of the nutrients, and it's a very low glycemic index. Oh, we're moving. Or I think I'm fixing to move. But anyway, so that would be something that you would want to check out. Give it a try. If you want me to, I'll go ahead and when I get home, I'll mix them together for tomorrow. I've got the raisins and I got some raisins and walnuts, and oh, here we go. There is one car in front of me. I'm trying to get them to move forward. My car doesn't want to move. Yeah, there's one car in front of me, and I think there's nobody behind me. And that's cool. And park it. Wow. So there's one car in front of me, and I'm just waiting. But anyway, so yeah, so we'll do that when I get home. I'm going to go ahead and cut you off here because I don't want to run out of space, which I might. And I may end up having to put all this together on my computer because I filmed it a little bit last night with some of the other crafting that I was doing. So I'm going to put the crafting segment at the end of this video. So I will see you when I get home. All right, guys. Well, first time I looked in the mirror. Sorry, my hair's kind of fuzzy because it's storming out there, literally storming. Yeah, so I'm hopping on to say that's it for the day. Let's see. Oh, that was the picture, not my hair. Oh my gosh. So I went and I'll tell you about the transmission real quick. So I went and had him look, and what happened was all this time I thought I had an oil leak. I didn't have an oil leak. I had a transmission leak. Where the plug is in the bottom of my car, I don't have a dipstick. It doesn't come with one. There's a plug in the bottom of the car. I bottomed out I want to say almost a year ago. I've had this leak since then. Yeah. He said it's dripping like a leaky faucet, like a steady drip. Anyway, it's where the plug is. There's a piece of metal shoved up in it, so that's why it's continually going down. He said all they need to do is take a pair of pliers, pull it out, and put a new plug in. He said it'd probably take about an hour, whatever. But they couldn't do it. But he didn't charge me. Not a dime. And he put 2 quarts of transmission fluid in it too. But he said it was bone dry. Now, if that's not the hand of God on me, I don't know what is. I'm telling you. I'm going to watch Maddie's food because I don't want the cat eating it. Yeah, bone dry. Like, that scares me. This whole time, I thought I had an oil leak. I have been taking care of babying my oil. It's my transmission. This whole time. And the few times that I had a little bit of money in my pocket, I could have gone and gotten it fixed. Luckily, it is an easy fix. It's scary, but anyway. So, all right. So Matson's gonna. Are you done, babe? Yeah. All right. Your dinner. I'm staring at it so the cats won't get it. Thank you. You're welcome. You're not on film. It's facing me. She does not want to be filmed. This is the same girl who used to dance in front of the camera for me. I don't understand. It just quit. And then Ramsey's jumping up and down because, you know, he wants to get in the shot. Do you want to get in the shot? You'll get tangled in my hair. Just jumping up and down. Anyway, all right. So put on something for both of us because I'm coming right in there. Maddie, I am coming right in there. No, 2 seconds. I'm not watching anime where I have to try to read subtitles and listen to some Japanese talk.
I can change it to English. There's only 6 minutes.
No, I'm not having it. It's 5 after 8. I know you didn't just put it on.
It was already on.
You mean you don't know how to stop it?
No.
Max and Renee. Girl, oh, go beat that child. I am filming. I'm just not filming you. I'll be back. All right, guys. So I'm wrapping it up for real this time. I'm going to put the craft segment after this. But I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye. I'm going to eat my pasta with my vegan cheese from BioLife and my Morningstar vegan meatballs. And my homemade marinara mushroom sauce. And my tea. So, that is it for the day. I'm sorry. It's a Monday. I'm all over the place. My legs are feeling much better. Hopefully it'll be alright in the morning. Maddie said she put something for me to look at and sign. Let's put my bowl on it. Yeah, let's turn on the overhead light. I put a new light bulb in her bedroom and it's extremely bright. We're peeking behind the couch. I mean, behind my chair. Oh, damn it. Sorry, guys. Maddie! You got a pile of poo to clean up behind my desk and one from yesterday over by his bed. I thought you said you did all your chores. Ooh, I forgot. We watched My Name is Earl together. I am going to go finish my Vampire Diaries. Yes. Yes, I am. Anyway, alright, so I'm wrapping it up. I'm going to sit down and eat. It's 8:45. I'm tired. I really need to finish my Tennessee and Georgia pillows, and once I do, I will show you guys what they look like, and then they will be ready. They will either be for sale. I will post them on my Facebook page first, and if they don't sell there, they will go in my Etsy shop. So anyway, I think they will. I think they turned out really good. Hope you guys like them. But anyway, I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Peace out. Okay, I'm going to film this in segments. I apologize. Okay, so I finished the glitter slippers. And again, this was made with, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby, the metallic line. This is the lavender, I believe, or I believe that's what they called it. I don't remember the name of it. I'm going to go ahead and put my tag on it because I've got them both done, ready to either put in my shop or sell. But this is how I ended up doing the cuff. I did, of course, the single crochet around. I did the double crochet, and then I did the front post, back post around with a couple of decreases, and then I did half double crochet with some decreases, half double crochet with some decreases, and then 2 rounds of single crochet to kind of cinch up the top. I felt like when I tried them on that was where it was going to cinch up around my ankle, and it would stay and it wouldn't slip off. And that's what you want to be careful with whenever you make slippers like this. You want to make sure they're not going to slip off your foot as you walk. So that's how I did that. I wrote it all down. So yeah, and every pair may end up being different. I don't know if I will do a tutorial on this or write the pattern down to share, because with this one, I wanted to end up with 34 single crochets at the end. That's not how I started out because of the placement of the single crochets may be different each time. So I just knew that both sets needed to end with the 34 single crochets, 34 stitches around, so that they would be the same size and they would be even. But I think, I mean, what I did was the placement of the decreases were just in different places. I just knew that, like, this one only needed 1 extra decrease, whereas this one didn't need any extra decreases at all, to make sure I had the 34. So there's just a little tip on these. And then these would fit maybe between an 8 and a 9. It would go up to a 9.5, maybe a 10, because of the way that they stretch out. I'm sorry about the light going in and out. I finished a couple of headbands. This is from, take my hair down. Don't look at my nesty hair. This is from Ice Yarns, and this is the Rockstar. It's got kind of a sheen to it. Oh, there we go. Let me turn the light on and see if that'll help. Hang on. No. Where's my light? There we go. Okay. It's got kind of a sheen to it, but I like the variegated. But there's Rockstar. And then here is one that I made. Isn't that pretty? Oh, so pretty. This is one that I made with shawl and a ball. Shawl and a ball. And it doesn't look as thin as shawl and a ball, because I used a triple layer. See, that's where the join is, but so you can see the variegated, how it variegates. It's really pretty. And then right here, it's very kind of subtle. And then this is where I started. But yeah, I think that turned out really good. And how I did that was I tripled up the yarn because the yarn is so thin, and I used a 5mm hook, which is a H hook. So yeah. And if you're interested, I will show you guys. In fact, let me go get the shawl and the ball yarn, and I'll show you how I tripled it up. All right, so the shawl and the ball that I used is called, let's see, I don't have my light on over here. Let me pull my lamp over. Hey, look, brighter. This one is called, what's the color? Mindful Mauve. Isn't that beautiful? Mindful Mauve. So, you know, let me pull this. Shawl and the ball is very, very fine. Now, because of the fibers, that's like a 2-way. Because of the fibers, they consider it, let's see what they consider it, a medium 4. It's too thin. I mean, it's so thin, and it's got 500 and, if you guys have never worked with shawl and the ball, it's kind of fiddly. It's hard to
undo what you've created. So it's 58% cotton, 39% acrylic, and 3% other fiber. I'm guessing it's got 518 yards or 473 meters. It weighs 5.3 ounces or 150 grams. So it's a 150 gram ball, but it's really big. So, and you can see from the picture that it makes something, get my ring light out of there. I mean, it can make that. But it's lacy. It's very lacy. And I don't do very many lacy things. So in order for me to get that, I needed to triple it up. And let me show you how to do that with one ball. Now you can do it with shawl and ball because the colors are the way that the colorway comes out. There's an abundance of one shade. So that's why it was able to variegate as it went. You see how I did that? So pretty. Okay, so how you do it with just one skein. You don't have to have 3 skeins and put 3 together because that's just a pain in the butt. So what you do is you take your thread. I'm going to come back out this way. So you take your thread and you pull it down a ways, about, I guess, a couple feet, maybe a foot. Yeah, about 2 feet. You want to pull it down. Then you want to pull it back up to where you're going to have a loop and your beginning thread. See, so it'll be 3 strands. You're going to pull it down. I do not have a hook over here. And so then you would, of course, make your slip knot on the end. And then you would crochet with the 3 strands. Now, how you continue to make it 3 strands is when you get to the loop down here, you're going to split it apart. You're going to pull this thread through, and you're going to stretch it up, and then you have your 3 strands. Oops, straighten that out. It's twisting up on me. And then you have your 3 strands, and you continue and you crochet with that. So it makes it a thicker yarn. So to me, because it's the 3 strands, it makes it more like a true 4. And your work still comes out, you know, with the fuzzies. It's just not lacy. And so then when you come to the end of that, you've got your loop again. You take it. And you pull your thread through and continue to pull. And this is what, when I talk about I'm tripling my yarn, this is what I'm talking about. So there's your 3 strands. You crochet with that. Again, there's your loop, and you just continue that way. And that's how you get a thicker version. Oh, I missed a stitch. Oh, do you see it? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to hide that, which is easy to do. You just take a finer needle and you kind of pull it through so it hides that so it doesn't pop back up. But anyway, so yeah, so that's how you end up getting that. You can't, I recommend it for solids. I recommend it for shawl and the ball because the colorway is so distant in the way that the shade changes that it's going to be very subtle in your piece, so it's not, you know, too obvious. So I think it turned out really good. And then on this one I just did regular with a 5.0, or rather an H hook, with the rock star. Yeah, the rock star is kind of shiny. I like it. That's where I did my seam, I think. Yeah, I did my seam there and I turned it inside out. This is just half double crochet, back loop only. That's how that got the texture on that one. And then on this one, same thing, half double crochet, back loop only. That's how I got the texture on that. But yeah, so yeah, there you go. That's how I did my I won't say my scarf yarn, because I just got I finally got my Lion Brand. Told y'all I wasn't gonna buy anything, but when they had the Lion Brand 5 for $10, you cannot pass that up. These are $10 a piece. These are $9.99. On sale, sometimes $7.99. But when I got a chance to get 5 for $10, which makes them $2 a piece, I got to do it. I just got to do it. And more than likely, I will be putting a few of these in some giveaways in the future because I do not see that I would use them all. I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to do a pair of slippers in these. I need to, I know I do not like the headband. I'm undoing my triple threading. I don't know if I'm going to do slippers in these because I would have to color control it. And color controlling is where you pull out to where the color that you want for your piece. And you control what colors you put in your piece. I don't know if I want to color control and make some slippers out of these. They would be really soft slippers. Oh my gosh, they would be so great. But I mean, you could do a scarf with this, and you could do it with, I mean, you could make a lacy scarf, and that would be really pretty anyway. But I mean, if you wanted the thickness, if you were going to make fingerless gloves, again, it would be color. You want to color control it. I'm trying to think of what else. No, a hat. You wouldn't need to. You could just do it because it's a continuous piece. A hat would be great with this. I think I might make a matching. Well, no, you wouldn't want a matching hat with a ear warmer. But I love this, and it's so soft too. So I love it. And now, and when I sell this piece, I'm going to get my money out of this. I'm going to get my money out of my Shaw on the Ball when I sell that piece, and I'll still have, you know, enough to make probably 2 more. So, but anyway, so yeah, Shaw on the Ball. So if you guys have ever wondered what to do with Shaw on the Ball, there's a couple of ideas. Mindful Mob. I just think that's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Ha 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 ha.
I'll see you again.
I told you. See? Say, I'm a ham on camera. You a ham? Are you a ham on camera? You doing that night? Why are you shaking? Stop shaking. Stop shaking. You stink.
Helps with the cravings.
You stink. No kisses on the mouth. No kisses on the mouth. No kisses on the mouth. No, 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 no. No kisses on the mouth. I know where that tongue has been. It ain't happening.
You were just so happy that things were going well, and
I'm happy.
I just didn't want to ruin it for you.
You're in hell.
That was my nose. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. He's confused. He sees me on the camera, but he sees me in front of him too. He's like, what the? Where can mommy be in 2 places at the same time? No.
You fed on him. I know that may not mean
Oh,
much to
you fed on him, Elena. You fed on him. Listening to Vampire Diaries again. I don't think I ever finished the last season, so I started it over. What are you doing?
Look, I'm really,
You sniffing?
really sorry.
You're sniffing?
Why am I
Oh,
crying?
there's that waddle under my chin again.
I'm so sick of
Some angles it's very obvious, but this one is like, this one's kind of weird looking.
I feel like I'm
All that extra skin, and it's only getting worse. I'm getting more and more extra skin as I lose weight in weird places. It's a good thing, but it's very odd. And it'll be my, I wear it proudly like a badge. Of all the trials and tribulations I've been through in this weight loss journey.